We were just kind of swimming around being like, oh my God, it's Borat.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Single Sounds. My name is Katie Mack, and I am the host and creator of this dating podcast that is on a mission to create a new dating method in our huge and busy city of London. It is hard to get your actual personality across on a dating app, so why not show people the more authentic you via podcast? To date today's character or become one yourself, message the podcast on Instagram at Single Sounds. This character is looking for a fun and chilled out date who has left-wing and liberal political views. She is used to spotting celebrities at her local outdoor pool and is a big believer in the benefits of cold water swimming. You definitely want her on your team for pub quizzes, which is beautifully demonstrated by her wide variety of topics we cover on her episode, from mosquitoes to pedestrian crossings to sriracha and mayo. However, you probably don't want her on your team for the egg and spoon race if you want to win.
Okay, hi, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Happy you are here. So let's dive into your profile, who, what, where. So who are you sexually attracted to?
Men.
Nice. Just the one. And what are you looking for?
So I guess I'm looking for like certain characteristics in people to date. So someone who's really fun, chilled out. And then also really important that I like kind of surround myself and have friends with people who have the same values to me. So quite left-wing and liberal. So that vibe.
Yeah.
And then in terms of age, I'm 25. So I'd say like 24 to kind of late 20s.
Okay. Any height preferences? People like to add that in.
I'm 5'3", so quite short anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess like my height or tall. I'm not too fussed about height though.
Fair. Nice. And how about where?
So I live in North London, so London area is fine. Ideally on the Northern Line, but
I had a few that are ideally on the Northern Line.
yeah, well, that's good.
It's a popular one, yeah. So what are your two truths and a lie?
Okay, so I have been swimming in a pond with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Nice.
My first concert was a Jonas Brothers concert, and I won the egg and spoon race at Sports Day in year 3.
Okay, nice. Was that Hampstead Heath with Sasha?
Yes.
Yeah. I already knew that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Heard before that. Yeah.
Saw him 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, must be a regular. I think I've heard it from 2 different people, so I feel like, yeah, always there. That's interesting. Have you ever spoke to him?
No, too scared.
Just
Didn't know what to say.
I don't know.
We were just kind of swimming around being like, oh my God, it's Borat. But
yeah.
no.
I guess, yeah, also if you're in your swimmers like that, it's quite awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, and we go quite early in the morning as well, which is a slot.
How early is early?
It's like 7:30.
Oh, fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 more.
Yeah.
Egg and spoon race, why not? But then the second one, Jonas Brothers, that's a classic first concert. So I'm really struggling. I'm going to go, it wasn't the Jonas Brothers. That's the lie.
No, that was the truth.
That is the truth.
So we actually lost the egg and the spoon race because so like the day before Sports Day, our teacher was showing us like what to do if you drop your egg. And she was like, you can't pick it up. It was a fake egg.
Right.
You have to like kind of use your spoon to like kind of bob it off the ground back into your spoon. So that's what I thought we had to do on the day. And I did the first leg, and then my friend James was doing the second leg, and I dropped my egg, and everyone else who dropped their egg just picked it up with their hand.
Oh no.
I was trying to follow the rules. And then I looked up at James, who looked really disappointed at me, and my mum was like, just pick it up. And we came last. Sad.
No. That is really sad.
And then I got one of those like kind of crappy stickers for like taking part.
Oh, bless you. So Jonas Brothers, are you a big fan?
I just like, my friend was going and she invited me, so I went, and it was really, really fun. I was like very excited. I liked the songs they did when they got back together a few years ago. It was quite fun, but not a huge super fan.
Not a huge fan. Fair enough. Okay, let me know your worst dating story.
Or every time I think about this story, I just like cringe. All the memories come back.
Yeah.
It was actually around here as well. So when I got off at the station, I was like, oh no.
Oh really? You brought it all flooding back.
Yeah. So about at the beginning of the summer, my friend invited me to her housewarming, And I went, and I knew her really well, but not really the other people that were there. So it's kind of like, you know, had a few drinks, had a good time. I was chatting to this guy for maybe 10 minutes. Didn't remember much of the conversation. But then before he left, he came back and asked my number. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Everything seemed fine. Like, messaging was cool. And then, you know, when you're actually on the date, you just kind of very early on think, this isn't a vibe, but kind of have to
keep going a little bit.
Have to keep going. And like, it was before the end of the first drink, and I was like, oh no. But and I was kind of trying to wind it down and be like, when he asked to get a second, I was like, I'll just get a half pint. And he said, okay, I'm just going to get a pint for myself. I was like, okay, not taking the hint. But then it just got weirder, and he was kind of like asking me for dating advice. So first he was like, so what's your dating history like? And I was like, oh, a bit much for a first date. But then he was like, oh, I haven't really been in a long-term relationship. Do you think girls will find that unattractive? And I was like, I don't know. Why are you asking me this?
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, the longest we made it was 8 months, but it never became exclusive. Is that a red flag? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah. It's almost like he was trying to tell you his like life or like history and wanted you to know it, but then phrased it in a way that it was like asking you questions. So I don't know.
Weird.
It's so weird.
And then he like asked me what I was like getting up to in the evenings and stuff, and it was really, really nice weather, so I was like spending a lot of time outdoors. And I feel like on a date you kind of just want to project like nice things about yourself.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm just more of like TV takeaway kind of person. I was like, same, me too, but I'm on a first date.
Yeah.
You can lie. And then
or like say that but then add on to it, like what's your favorite TV show, or I don't know, your favorite takeaway. Like you can still make it fun, right?
Yeah. And then as we were leaving, he was like, I'm really, really up for doing this again. I was like,
oh.
I was actually going away the following week, but it was just for a week. And I said, oh, I'm going away soon. He was like, yeah, but it's just for a week. And I was like, yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. So then I sent him a message. I was like, it was really nice meeting you. And it was nice to see you, but I don't really see this going any further. And then I got this paragraph back.
Oh no.
And it was like, yeah, despite what I said yesterday, I don't think it was very romantic at all. We really don't click, like blah, 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 blah. Don't want to see you again.
Oh, so he decided he wanted the final say.
Yeah. It was just like very awkward, very weird.
So at the birthday, you got on well.
I think so. I mean, I had quite a bit to drink because I knew the friend very well and like a few other people there from uni, but it was like the first house party I'd been to in a while. So I was just like, yeah, whatever, have fun. But yeah, I mean, we didn't chat for that long, but when he came and asked for my number, I was like, oh, interesting. I didn't think I was giving off a good vibe.
Yeah. I guess it is quite rare now that people come up and
that's why I was excited as well, because it was a natural meeting, but no.
But it was still weird. Yeah, because it just sounds like a bad app date, to be honest. It does. Like, it doesn't sound like someone you'd meet in person.
No.
Because you'd at least think you had loads of common ground with how you knew the friend.
Yeah.
As a minimum.
Yeah, he was actually very plus. So he was like someone's +1.
Oh, +1.
Yeah.
Okay. Less good. Less connections. Okay. And what is your TED Talk topic?
Okay, so following on from Sacha Baron Cohen's story.
Oh, yeah.
I've got really into like cold water swimming. And so started
nice.
in May. And it's like really helped with migraines, which I used to have, which were really bad. And like kind of general anxiety. And I feel like there are a lot of TED Talks about cold water swimming, but I don't know if it's something that's really kind of coming through for our generation yet, especially for mental health. And I think that like there's kind of such a push in our society towards like modern medicine and technology, but maybe we're kind of forgetting about some of the nature-based solutions to a lot of problems. So I probably want to give a TED Talk about cold water swimming.
Yeah, the migraines is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have you just not had one?
I've just not had one since. And I started reading a book about it by an anaesthetist, and he's got like different chapters on different health conditions and how cold water swimming has helped people, and one of them is migraines. It's really cool.
Yeah. Because those are awful if you suffer with them.
Yeah,
I'm so lucky I've never had one. Oh. But I do have friends that get them all the time. So maybe they just need a dip.
Just a dunk. Yeah.
Did it say in the book like how long you need to swim for in the cold water?
Yeah, they say like don't do more than 15 minutes. Right, otherwise you kind of like...
So you literally could like dip in, dip out.
Yeah. And I think also like one of the big things is like doing it somewhere kind of like where there's a lot of nature or sea swimming.
Yeah.
But they do say that cold showers do help as well, but it's the kind of full immersion and for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what's better, which is why a dunk is the way to go.
The way to go. And head under as well.
You can, but I wouldn't put my head under in the pond.
In the pond, yeah. Fair enough.
More like ducks chilling next to you, like cute, but no.
That's fair.
Sacha Baron Cohen keeps head up.
Does, yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
You're just watching him, aren't you, the whole time?
Trying to get the same slot every week.
Yeah. That's so funny. Do you think he goes early to avoid like all the crowds?
Probably, and then there's just a bunch of us.
Yeah, but maybe he likes that. Maybe he likes the familiarity
Yeah.
of like, at least he sees the same people, and you are obviously not going up to him, so maybe he feels comfortable with
Yeah.
that group of people.
Yeah,
They
maybe.
don't invade his privacy.
Hopefully no one picks up on it from
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so maybe never go up to him, otherwise you won't see him ever again. Well, that's funny. So what? Well, actually, I think I maybe already know the answer. The best spot in London to go cold water swimming and see celebrities. But what would another best spot in London be?
I know the best spot in London for cinnamon buns.
Okay.
Yeah, and like cardamom and fudge and cinnamon buns.
Oh, I love cardamom buns.
Yeah, really yum. It actually it's in the same area as the ponds, so you can do a swim and then go get your cinnamon bun. Yeah, it's really, really yummy. It's a bakery near Hampstead Heath Overground.
Oh, nice.
And they just do like amazing baked stuff, and they're like really, really massive cinnamon buns. So feeling generous, you could share.
But not recommended. What's the bakery called?
It's called Karma Bread Bakehouse.
So do you go regularly after your swim?
Sometimes a little treat swim. Post swim treat. would be-
I feel like you deserve it if you got up that early, got in
Yeah.
freezing cold water. It's pretty good. And what is your moan of the moment?
So I think I've noticed this quite a lot over the summer, where there are kind of lots of tourists and lots of people about, and sometimes you'll be at a pedestrian crossing in a rush, you just kind of join everyone at the crossing,
Mm-hmm.
think that someone's pressed the button,
Ah,
and then some time passed and no one's crossing the road, and then you realise no one's pressed the button, and then you kind of awkwardly have to like go through the crowd to press it, and then just look like a bit of a dick in the process as well. I hate that.
I think most people assume nowadays like they're automated almost, that the lights will just go, because some of them are, to be fair, like they just give the pedestrians like a time cycle,
Yeah.
whereas a lot of them in like urban bits you actually do have to press, otherwise
Yeah.
they're automated. Like one on Caledonian Road, that's a presser, like if you don't press it, it's never stopping because it's literally just for the crossing. So
Yeah.
like,
And
I've been at that one a few times and like everyone's looking around like someone pressed it.
Also, I think in Europe, a lot of them are automated. So when
Mm.
people, I think tourists come and they're like, oh,
You have to press the button.
yeah.
But also, if it is on a cycle, you just look really pedantic going over to press
Exactly.
the button.
I feel like this never looks good if you're the one pressing the button.
Yeah. So what is the solution? Just always beeline for the button, even if it's been pressed.
Maybe like ask someone else.
Or
No, that's
talking
not
to
good.
strangers
No.
is not
Not a London trait.
not a London trait.
I don't know.
Just always assume that the button is not pressed.
Yeah, and then you can like awkwardly kind of pretend to not be pressing it, just kind of lean.
Yeah.
And then if nothing happens, then you know it's automated.
Yeah, well, nowadays you should be able to see the light if it says
Yeah,
wait,
the
but
wait thing.
sometimes the light is either broken or it's like really dim. If it's
Mm.
like bright daylight, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is.
And final question, what is your meal of choice?
Okay, so I really do like going out for food, trying lots of different cuisines, and also cooking like fancy things.
Okay.
I feel like my ideal meal is just get all your friends round, watch the final of a TV show you're not too invested in. Like if you haven't been up to date with The Apprentice, maybe Apprentice final, Love Island final. And then for food, it would be very casual cooking. So like cheese toasties, kind of raid the freezer section of a supermarket, chicken dippers,
Oh yeah, I love
chicken
that.
nugs,
Yeah.
some like veggie stuff.
Stuff you can just shove in the oven.
Yeah,
I love
kind of
that.
stuff. And then a sriracha mayo dip. That's just my ideal.
That's the
But
dream.
I couldn't do that by myself. It would only be fun with friends.
Yeah.
By yourself is a bit sad.
Yeah. You feel a bit depressed maybe putting in the spring rolls, like, oh. There was one I used to get all the time for myself though, actually.
Mhm.
It was called Indian Snack Selection from like
Oh,
Tesco.
yum.
Yeah, and it was just like samosas, onion bhajis, I think. I can't think what else. Just like loads of unhealthy food, basically. And if I really wanted like a comfort takeaway, but I didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult when you're on your own, right?
Yeah.
You can't order takeaway for one. Well,
No.
you can, but you normally end up spending 20 quid and you're like, this would have been the same if I'd split it with someone, because they have like minimum order.
Yeah.
So that was my from Tesco Indian snack selection,
yum. Gotta
which
try
is
that.
similar sort of meal. Yeah, as my comfort takeaway for one. Cheese toasties is a random one.
Oh yeah, I know, really love them. With sriracha mayo on the top. Like you make the cheese toastie,
Right.
take it out and then spread sriracha mayo on the top of the toastie.
Oh, so it's kind of like you've buttered it.
Yeah, so before you would butter the bread, so then it goes
Yeah.
all crispy, and then afterwards sriracha mayo on top. Really good. And it's, if you pair it with an innocent smoothie, it's quite nice. Like
what
just on
flavour of innocent
the
smoothie?
like tropical one or the mango passion fruit.
Yeah, that's my mango's favourite.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good tips. I'll give it a go. Can't say I've ever had sriracha mayo with a cheese toastie.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, I'll try it. Bestie rec time.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
I don't think this one's a surprise, but I think you'll expect this person.
Here are 5 things you need to know about my amazing friend before you decide to date her. 1, she loves mosquitoes, like weird level niche knowledge of mosquitoes. We can let her off because she studies diseases spread by them, but if you whip out a high caliber mosquito joke, you're sure to win her over. 2, she's very dedicated to and passionate about her work, and she'd like to date someone who can say the same about theirs. I've never known someone with a work ethic like it, so quite frankly, be prepared to be the less smart one in the relationship. 3, you will need to compete with Sacha Baron Cohen. This woman claims she goes to Hampstead Heath Ponds every day for the benefits of swimming, but the amount of time she's seen him there, I actually think they're in a secret relationship already. 4, this gal is always learning. Whether she's taken herself to a pottery class, at a pub quiz, or having an in-depth WhatsApp chat about some sort of important social issue, she soaks up knowledge like a little sponge, so hope you have some fun facts to wow her with. And 5, on a serious note, my friend is a very sensitive soul and so empathetic. You will always be listened to and cared about, but expect to be the same for her in return. My friend likes to talk through things and will remember the smallest details about things you say because she's just so thoughtful. Anyone would be the luckiest ever to date this lady, so what are you waiting for?
It's the cutest. I thought it was so nice. She got in your Hampstead Heath.
Yeah, I know. That was embarrassing.
Also, I have to ask, do you know any mosquito jokes? Is that something that is the thing?
People ask me for mosquito jokes and then I feel a bit lame that I don't have any.
Yeah.
But I work on diseases transmitted by mosquitoes and sort of modelling how you can optimise controlled strategies in different parts of the world. So yeah, that's what my PhD is on.
Sounds very useful, to be honest. I think a lot of people value that research. Do you get bitten by mosquitoes?
So I think this is how I initially became interested in it. So when we would go on holiday to places where there were mosquitoes, my mum wouldn't get bitten, but I would a lot. And it's to do with like your smell.
Yeah.
And like the mosquitoes like certain aromas. And yeah, I have it apparently.
Yeah, me too. Because I actually looked it up. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I Google searched it, but I'm type O blood. And apparently they like that more than type A. So my family, a lot of them are type A. And supposedly, according to the internet, tell me if I'm wrong, that apparently if you're with someone who has type A blood and an O blood, they'll actually like avoid the A and go to the O.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't know that.
Really?
This doesn't surprise me.
I mean...
Add it to my list of facts.
Yeah.
One thing that is cool, though, it's quite cute. So because everyone... so you first have this distinct smell that mosquitoes recognise. Then also if you're infected with malaria, you smell differently. So the mosquitoes are more likely to bite you if you have malaria, so they can pass it on to someone else. So they've trained dogs to pick up the smell of malaria and have these really cute like Labradors, which they're going to sort of use in airports to detect people importing malaria. And they're like training them to do it for COVID.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So it would just stop the spread. Imagine if you got told you can't get on the plane because you've got malaria.
I know, by a cute Labrador.
Yeah. I think you'd kind of not believe it. I think I'd be like, no, you're lying.
Labradors don't lie.
No. That's what that answer would be like, the dog doesn't lie. That's really funny. Oh, yeah, really cool PhD though. I like it. I would love if you could figure out, the bracelets do kind of work for me. And I think that's because they change your smell.
Yeah.
I think that's how they work. Because the DEET stuff, unless it's like way over 50%, it doesn't really.
You have to use quite a high concentration of DEET. Yeah.
I just went to Ecuador not that long ago, and I was in the Amazon rainforest.
Ooh.
And they were like, don't worry, it's not mosquito season, so you don't need anything. So I literally put on like 20% DEET, I thought, just for, like coverage.
Yeah.
They literally bit through my clothes.
No.
And then I had to like take a day out of the holiday because I was so badly bitten. Like my legs were just ballooned and it was horrific. But I always get really badly bitten. I always look like I have chicken pox. So I was just so annoyed that they told me that there wasn't any, or like it wasn't the time for mosquitoes, because I was like, if they're around, like I get bitten here in the UK, let alone like for the bloody Amazon rainforest.
That sucks. I went to a conference a few months ago, and this research group was showing this new product that they designed. It's not very sexy, but it's basically a backpack with this kind of fan that sprays repellent. And you carry it on your back and walk around and you're protected. It's not a good look though.
Yeah, does that annoy everyone else that they're being like constantly
well, because I think they might get the mosquitoes that you're kind of like fanning off. So everyone needs a backpack.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I see, yeah. So it says that the air currents as well.
Yeah, but actually, if the concentration's right and the mosquitoes are susceptible, the insecticide should kill them.
Oh, they should die.
They die as well.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is going really far into the topic of mosquitoes. But we had a question at work, one of those silly like icebreaker questions for our team meeting. And it was, what species, if you could choose any species to be extinct, what would you choose? Mm-hmm. And lots of people obviously said mosquitoes, me being one of them as well, because they are horrible. But if you actually kill all the mosquitoes, there'll be like massive implications apparently on the ecosystem, and so you can't.
And I feel like right now that is something that's being researched a lot, because no one is really clear on the implications of wiping out all mosquito species.
The whole because that was what someone else said, there's like thousands of different types or species of mosquito.
Yeah.
So it's so complicated. And I was like, damn it, can't just wipe them out. Oh yeah, I like how she said you do pub quizzes.
Yes.
Do you do them often?
Yeah, we do have a fairly regular pub quiz near where we live. It's good fun. We've come like second and third a few times.
Oh, that's so good.
Still waiting for first place.
Oh.
It'll happen.
You do much better than me and my friends.
Well, we have a star player. And when the star player is there, we do very well. And we recently learned that when star player is not there, it's less good. Mostly because we just get distracted in chat.
Yeah.
But he's really good at like bringing the conversation back to the quiz.
Yeah. No, you can get quite distracted in them. I go sometimes with my school friends and we are so bad. But we always aim for there's normally a prize for second to last. That's great. So we
just bottle of wine.
Yeah, bottle of wine. It's so good.
At the quiz I do, that prize doesn't exist.
That's
very
bad.
sad. And the bottle of wine is for second place.
Oh yeah, no. I think it's so much more fun when they do second last, because it keeps the whole like everyone interested, because you can win like either spectrum. I don't know. Yeah, I really like it. We came third last time we played, and we were really gutted.
Oh, but there's no prize for first, third. Yeah.
Oh. You want to be second last. It's like the sweet spot. Final section, this or that.
Okay.
So gonna give you two options. Just go with whatever you fancy. Mm-hmm. Are you good at being decisive?
No. Let's see.
We'll see. Okay. Would you rather have to eat 5 meals a day and always be a bit too full, or only eat 2 meals a day and always feel a bit hungry?
5 meals a day and always be a bit too full.
Bit too full. I would pick that because
I struggle being hungry.
Yeah, I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
And bit too full.
Go for a swim.
Yeah. Go for a swim. Nice. Sweating or shivering?
Or shivering, because I just hate sweating.
I'm actually not sure what I'd go for. I really don't like being cold, because then I get hungry and grumpy.
But are you allowed to layer up?
Yeah, I guess it's easier to fix.
Yeah.
That's true. Sweating is really difficult. It's shower, I guess. Yeah.
Also swim.
Also swim. Everything's solved by swimming.
With Sasha.
Yeah. But then you'd probably be shivering because it's cold. Be unable to see for a month or not be able to use your phone for a year.
Unable to use my phone for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not seeing for a month would be pretty impossible.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'd do.
No.
Couldn't do anything.
I feel like I could get used to not being on my phone. Like sometimes I have like no phone days or like
Yeah, I do
no
too.
phone sets of days.
Yeah.
A year is a long time, but
It is a long time. But you're right, you'd get used to it, I think.
yeah.
You could probably work around it. Like you can still use your laptop.
Yeah. Send letters. Be cute.
Yeah.
We did that in lockdown.
Did you? You sent letters?
Send letters to each other. It was cute. Sometimes with some chocolates in the.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Is that just your friends?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. No one did that with me.
Oh.
Actually, I think one person suggested it and I was like, no. So it's probably my own fault. Be able to fly anywhere you want or stop time whenever you want.
Stop time whenever I want.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Why?
Sometimes I just feel like it would be a bit more useful to have a bit more time to do things.
I agree. I'm time short a lot more than I am location
Yeah. Or
short. I don't know.
I find it's like when you get into like a conversation, like quite an intense conversation, or you're discussing something and you just need some time to like formulate your thoughts.
Toffee or caramel?
Ooh, caramel. That's actually really hard,
It is hard.
but I think caramel.
I'm caramel for sure. Like in chocolate, I'd always go caramel.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Have a perfect memory of your past or be able to see some elements of your future.
See some elements of my future.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm just like so curious about, and because it's like not something that's set in stone. I feel like most decisions that we make change our future in some way.
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of nice to know what the kind of goal is.
Yeah. Yeah. I would worry that I'd like then change what I was meant to do to like fit it when
Yeah,
actually
true.
like you might just stumble into it.
Mm.
I don't know. Like I can imagine if I saw who I was meant to be with for definite and then it wasn't who you were with or you didn't know them or you did know them and then you'd like try and move everything to like fit that and that might have just been like not actually quite right. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Or then you lose the person because that like you ruined it because you moved too fast or like it didn't happen in the way it was supposed to. I don't know.
But there are some things I feel like we can forget about from the past, like my bad date.
Yeah, you know, it's true. I like a perfect memory of all the bad things. I didn't really think of that. That isn't great.
No.
Because I was thinking it'd be great because I could remember everything and I'd feel like really knowledgeable.
Yeah, I know that would be good too.
Because would it be like having a photographic memory? That would be really great.
I don't get people who have them.
No.
Do you have a photographic memory?
I don't think so. Not properly.
I feel like if I can look at something enough, I can get like the layout or something.
When I used to revise, I would be able to picture like roughly what page it was on.
Yeah, exactly.
Or of my notes or like roughly what it looked like. But I couldn't see like a 2D image in perfect clarity of what everything said.
Yeah. I remember getting in some YouTube hole and there was a video of this guy who flew over Rome on a helicopter. He'd never been there before. And then he did this like massive drawing of the whole of Rome.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so clearly that's... I wouldn't have that. I'd be able to do a little, maybe river, little road. Done.
Nice.
Maybe
map.
some trees. Yeah. Probably wouldn't even be able to get like the shape of a river or something. Awesome. Okay, that concludes the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any final words?
No, but thanks for having me.
Welcome.
If you think you would have a great time on a date with this character, message the Instagram @SingleSounds. The link is in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.